University of Pennsylvania professor has written a book about department stores in the U.S., which are disappearing at a rapid pace, especially those with multi-stories in cities which were a staple for the middle class for years and years. The name of the book is From Main Street to Mall, The Rise and Fall of the American Department Store. My guest is author Dr. Vicky Howard, joining us from England, where she is a visiting fellow at the University of Essex in the School of Philosophical, Historical, and Interdisciplinary Studies. Hi, and welcome from the UK.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, you're an expert in the history of retailing and consumer consumption. How did you end up in that field?
Well, I like to shop, but more seriously, I'm interested in the history of capitalism and, how economies change over time and how they affect the culture. So I'm a business historian, but I came to that through the field of cultural history. So I'm interested in the relationship between commerce and culture.
As we talk, we have shots of Marshall Field's in Chicago, which is the granddaddy of department stores during the heyday. As I said, the department stores have all but disappeared, especially the multi-story ones, and malls have gone that way too. Are there bricks and mortars that will come back someday, or are we just going to buy everything online? What do you think?
I don't think that the form itself will go away. I do think there'll be a smaller type of format because of all the competition from online shopping, and that's going to have a real negative effect on the shopping malls, which are traditionally anchored by a Macy's and a JCPenney. So when those stores are closed, you're left with these vacant spaces, and they're just very hard to fill.
These were wonderful places during the holidays, and from the Gimbel brothers, which sold to Macy's, from the 1800s all the way up, this was a staple for the middle class. Talk to me about that.
Yes, and it was a staple not just in big cities where you find, Marshall Field's like in Chicago, or Wanamaker's in Philadelphia, or Macy's or Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City. They were also found in small towns and in provincial cities. Every community had a department store by the early 20th century. And they were mainstays of the main street or the market street. And the founding families that began those businesses, the merchant families, were important people in the community, and they gave back to the community, and they were very much embedded in them. And so, when that has changed over time and become more consolidated, more standardized, more chain-like, I think consumers have felt a loss and have sort of turned away from it. And so, they've turned to other types of shopping. But it was a staple of the middle class, but there was a wide variety of types of stores. They had bargain basements. They reached rural communities. They had mail order catalogs, and they reached, working class communities as well.
I miss them dearly. Dr. Howard, thank you so much for the information. I look forward to looking deeper into your book.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Likewise. And if you would like to know more about Dr. Howard's book, From Main Street to Mall, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.